Beautiful angels. I've got a brief channeled message and then I'm going to channel right on top of it. I am myself full time. My time belongs to no one but me. I am not beholden to anyone on this planet. I am beholden only to my own soul and what it came here to express and to share with this world. So this is for everyone, I'm being told, but especially those that feel like they're being guided toward a bigger purpose, that their life has never been average, and especially those that feel like they're being guided toward entrepreneurship or some kind of fame or recognition for efforts they've been putting in or are about to put in. This is also for anyone who has spread themselves so thin in their lives that they don't feel like they have anything left, that they've been empaths and givers and healers surrounded by a lot of takers and toxic energies. We need to take our power back. We need to take our power back and recognize that our energy is precious and important and necessary for this global transition that we are making right now into the new earth, which is where we live on a high vibration plane where we tap into our heart and our soul versus our mind and our ego. It is a place where we are not going to compete with one another, where we are not going to oppress one another or reject one another, because those are all things that people are doing to themselves first. And when you love yourself, you don't feel the need to tear others down. When you don't oppress yourself, you don't feel the need to oppress others. Those are learned patterns and behavior as well, I'm hearing. A lot of us are here to break those cyclical chains. That is what is dying right now. It's the old earth, okay? The new earth is being born. It's gonna look more or less the same as this physical plane. It's not a new earth being created. It's the same earth. It's just from a higher vantage point. We're gonna have access to higher information, okay? Much like the internet is a higher, it is kind of like a 5-dimensional reality that you can't explain, you can't point to it, it's not tangible, and yet it's here. It's changed the world forever, and it's creating all these new opportunities that didn't exist before. That's exactly what we're tapping into, new areas of opportunity to expand, to branch out, to express, and to live and create. And it's interesting, I'm resisting a little bit, but I'm being guided to talk about Burning Man for those of you that have been, and for those of you that haven't, please hold back your judgments. Because Burning Man is actually, it's nothing like what you think. If you haven't been, it's not a party, it's not a festival, okay? It's actually a new way of living, it's a way of life. And I'm not saying that we should create the world as Burning Man is. There's so many, it's a city. It's basically just a place where people exist, and there is something different about it. Anyone who's been knows, the minute you get there, it feels like you're on the moon. It's just not normal. And then that's because it's my belief in this moment that whoever created that it was channeled through them. Okay, because it's about radical expression. It's about radical generosity as well. It's just about living a very different lifestyle than anything we've ever been modeled here on Earth. And that's why a lot of people have a lot to say about it, because they don't understand it or they want to judge it. My point isn't really about Burning Man at all. Spirit brought it up. I wouldn't have brought it up on my own, trust me. Although I have been many times, and it has inspired me as an artist. We are all being asked to branch out of this, to remove this hat that we've been wearing, this projection of what the world is, of what it means to make money or to survive or to have a business, to much in the same way that they do there. The minute you step there, the rules are all different. They're literally different. There is no money exchanged by and large, and the way that people interact is so much more generous. It's so much more inclusive. It's so much more accepting and peaceful. It's beautiful. And it's basically an example, one very small example, mind you, of what it looks like to take off this cap that we put on ourselves as humans. And it's kind of like saying that cats don't like to travel, the cats don't like to do this. They only don't like to because that's how we've treated them. And my point is, anybody can be trained to do anything and then be adept at it. If we all decided to go out and change the rules of the game, everyone would learn the rules and we'd be living in a completely different reality. And that's just a fact. The reality that we've created here is something that we've all subconsciously agreed to. And that is why it changes so frequently. Anybody who's watched Mad Men recently, I've been rewatching the last 2 seasons, and my goodness, if you don't believe that we have evolved as humans, go watch the first 2 seasons of Mad Men. okay? Do yourself a favor, it's a great show. But it will definitely remind you / show you, depending on how old you are, how much we have grown and evolved, okay? It's mind-boggling, to be honest. It's honestly fucking insane. So remember that everything we created here is something that we've all socially agreed upon. Back then, it was socially acceptable to walk into a hospital and smoke a cigarette. A doctor could be working on you and smoking a cigarette. That was normal, okay? Just an example, and maybe I got it a little wrong with the doctor, but I don't think I did, okay? They smoked on airplanes. Pregnant women drank out liquor and smoked, and this was all totally acceptable. It was part of this subconscious agreement that we all made about what life was like. So do not sit here and assume that you don't have a part to play in what is about to happen, or even in what is happening right now. And the energy is so powerful, I'm shaking, honestly. Okay, I hope you can heed this message. It is basically just telling you there's some urgency around this, but it's telling you that you need to give yourself permission to live. Let me try that one more time. You need to give yourself permission to live the life you came here to live. My goodness. And maybe there's some throat chakra stuff that needs to be worked out about expressing yourself, expressing your truth, being your authentic self. Maybe you're surrounded by a bunch of people that don't get you and you've been squashing yourself down to be smaller. I personally know that when I've landed fully on the other side of this journey and I have all the money and comfort that I can go buy all new clothes that actually fit me, because my body keeps changing too, I'm gonna wear completely different clothes. I'm gonna express myself differently because I have something to say. Do you know what I mean? I wanna dance down the street, okay? I've already started doing it a little bit, but there's still such a part of me holding myself back out of fear of judgment. I don't wanna be the kind of person who cares about what other people think. I wanna just be the kind of person who does whatever. Obviously, that doesn't hurt other people. And I wanna see more people doing this, okay? My point is, live the life you wanna fucking live. Don't give your energy away for free. Don't give it to people who don't appreciate it. Don't give it to jobs that suck your soul and only put money in your bank and nothing in your heart. Just know that you're part of this new earth awakening, and I'm being guided to remind myself of somebody I met a couple years ago on a date, actually, and I started telling them my dreams for my life, and he said, we don't live in the kind of world where everybody gets to live out their dreams. And I thought, I'm never gonna hang out with this guy again, that's for sure. But I also thought, what a limited way to think. Wouldn't it be just as easy to say, we don't currently live in a world where everyone gets to live out their dreams, let's change the world. Because that's what I'm screaming. No, we don't currently live in a world where everyone can follow their dreams. That's why we're changing the narrative. That's why we're taking this cap off of what we think we're capable of what we think we're going to see. If you're the kind of person that's traveled the world or been to a really crazy magical place like Burning Man, or just lived in a really amazing dream world in your head, you know that anything can happen. Okay, I have visions of unicorns and dragons because I know they exist on another plane of existence. They exist on another dimension. They don't exist here, but they exist for me, and they always have. I just thought that everyone had access to this, but they don't, okay? Your gifts are your gifts, and they're sacred, and my goodness, they are meant to be shared, not squandered. Okay, some of you guys work at Walmart or Target or places that are just not, I mean, whatever, no offense to those places, I guess. I'm just saying, you deserve better. Your energy is worth more, okay? And it's your time to share what you came here to share. And I know this message is all over the place, but I know it's speaking to someone. Each little piece is for someone's heart. And I hope it reached you, and I hope you feel liberated. And I want to just hand you this heart. I just had this for myself, but this rose quartz heart, I want this to be a little seed that you plant in your heart right now, okay? That gives you permission to follow your dreams, that gives you permission, like a little child would, to do whatever you feel on a soul level instead of what society told you to do, to express your true self, again, just like your inner child would, and not what other people wanted you to express. That you came here to share your authentic self, and that is what you do. That you don't leave with one last breath of expression left inside your body. That you said everything and did everything and gave everything that you came here to say, do, and give. All right? So take this heart and put it in your heart and know that you have permission to be your loudest, most brilliant, most badass, most gorgeous, and spiritual and amazing self. that is uniquely you and unlike anyone else. And I fucking love you, okay? Don't hang around people that don't respect you. Don't hang around people that don't treat you well, that don't tell you how amazing you are, that don't pour into you and nurture you. Spend time with people that appreciate you, and most of all, appreciate yourself, okay? I love you. Keep going. If you need a private reading, mentorship, self-love coaching, my website is sacredmuseproject.com. I'll see you next time.